Hello from the Yarn Closet in Tucson, Arizona. This is Laura. So what have all y'all been doing at home? Oh, Yarn Closet AZ on Instagram, the Yarn Closet blog over on Patreon. That's also where you can support the podcast or follow for free during these fabulous times of plague, coronavirus. Good Lord. So I'm marching in place. You want to try it? You can try it too. I have some yarn on one of the Whirly Woo deals. Put a cake on there and you can just pull from the side and it unravels. Okay, I'm using Downhound by Amy Florence over at Stranded Dye Works. Oh my God, I love this. And of course, I think I'm going to give them to somebody, but I might not see them for who knows how long. Maybe I'll just make stuff for people and post pictures on their Facebook. But here's my deal. It occurred to me, because I've been thinking, oh, it's allergy season. You know, I can't go outside. This is such a bummer, but it'll pass. Well, it's going to pass and it's going to be 95 degrees out. I'm still not going to want to go outside. I was not built for the heat. There's no storage in Arizona houses. We have no basements. They don't have a lot of closets. Our house, they actually built into extra closets after it was initially built. And yes, we have some sheds outside for storage, but that's just totally different. You can't put a bunch of stuff out there because of bugs, because of heat, whatever. And this is the most like homey family house that I've ever had, where we have a lot of kids' pictures on the walls and extra chairs and little end tables because they like their little nooks. Because even before the quarantine, I'm legally blind. My husband has a terminal lung disease, so he's not out there driving around much. And so there's just a lot of nooks in our house for kids to change spots and do different things. And my 4-year-old, soon to be 5-year-old in April, is a very active, engaging child. My 12-year-old is very active in his stuff. He's on the spectrum. But he takes up far less space. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know where I could put a treadmill and just stick a treadmill. But apparently they have treadmills now that don't have handles. So you can just slide it underneath your couch. Although my couch right here only has about 3 inches of clearance. So the trick is, can I knit while I'm walking? So here's a fingerless glove I'm working on. Let's see if I can do it. Are you working with me now? Are you trying this? Do I not have my yarn correct? There we go. It didn't feel right. I could tell there was extra tension, so my yarn was looped the wrong way around the back needle. I'm magic looping right now, and these are some chow goos. Because I learned how to do a gusset thumb on a pair of mittens, the Smitten Mitten by Staff Lounge, StitchLounge.com. And okay, well, I can do it. I can't talk and walk and stitch. That maybe not. I have only been knitting about 3 years, 3.5 years? No, about 3 years. And I do it by the feel of things and the feel of how my finger is getting either wrapped around or touched or poked or the needle glided against or whatever. And a lot of people who've knitted for a long time can do it without looking. I can crochet without looking, certain stitches. But I'm not there yet with my knitting. And maybe someday. Now, the thing is, sometimes you can pull your hair up and it's just kind of cute. Then you try to actually do it, and it's not. I don't know that I could stand here and march with my husband sitting in the corner like he often is, watching his stuff. But I just may have to, because it seems like the thing that we are doing the most and consistently, even without being able to get the groceries, is eat. We're just eating far more healthy things because that's what we can get. We can get lots of apples and what am I feeling? Is that what I'm feeling? We can get lots of apples, lots of bananas, lots of kale, lots of cucumbers, and potatoes. I wish we could find some instant white rice. Eggs. That's what we're doing. Oh, that reminds me, maybe I should bake a bunch of potatoes today. And that's the other thing, like I'm making all this stuff ahead so it's easier for my husband to throw things together. He doesn't eat on the same schedule as we do. With his lung thing, he gets full very easily and very quickly. So he's kind of peckish throughout much of the day. He eats maybe one meal. He's always eaten less than I expected him to eat in a meal as a 6'3" guy. Boy, I also started some yoga this morning because I'm learning that I have to sometimes go in my room. And it felt really good. I think that is definitely one thing as I've been aging. I used to be at 35. At 35, people would not have guessed I was 35. I weighed 118 pounds at 5'4", and I was very active, hiked a lot, yoga. I look back to some of the pictures and I actually look kind of gaunt. So I'm going to do some more yoga with my indoor HIIT workouts I do with Lucy Wyndham Reed, because those are usually the very short ones. I'm a mom with little kids. I can't get more than 10 minutes to focus on one thing at a time, unless I'm letting them do something crazy. Like today, we set it up so my 4-year-old could grandpad her oldest grandpa, Wayne, and that lasted for about 2 minutes, and he hung up on her. Whereas the other grandparents will FaceTime for hours with the kids because they're bored too. Her class even tried a Zoom last night, and good gravy, Batman, that was insanity. There was like no scholastic purpose for that Zoom. It was just for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds going nutso. And it actually made her feel worse after the fact, because it just drove home that she can't actually physically be with anyone right now. So I don't know if we're going to participate in all of those that are going to be available. We'll just wait and see. There is I don't know, I think that we're hitting, after like 2 weeks of this, I think we're hitting into a settling in stage. The kids are getting better at eating what they're being given, understanding that it's not just let's constantly eat everything. My daughter will like break something in half and say, I'm gonna eat this later. okay. But there's still plenty of that. So look with your heart first, and I wish you all well and be safe.